What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe Notice off DFS here to bring the NBA prize picks and DraftKings slate breakdown for the 6-game NBA slate we have on today. If you guys are new here, you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of the content I do put out over here on the channel. And drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos have helped you guys win some money. All right, so I'm going to make this a quick video just because it is late in the day. I know that the slate it starts at 7:30, but still, it is kind of late, and definitely just want to do a quick overview because pretty much this slate for me is straightforward in regards to the games that I'm going to attack and what I'm going to be looking at. Prize picks, if you guys don't know already, today is Taco Tuesday. Really great way to build your bankroll is over on Prize Picks during Taco Tuesday and Flex Friday. Because of the fact that they give us these discounted tacos, you can play up to $25 on them and pick more or less, whichever one you actually think they're going to be. 9 times out of 10, everyone picks the more on the taco line. They'll go back, they'll take the less on the discounted on the main line, just in case, to hedge their bet. Now you can definitely go ahead and do that. Sorsa over here is the hockey plate. This is the second taco that they dropped. You can pair it up with some of the props that I have put out for the slate, or you could pair it up with any of your other favorite cappers and go ahead and do it just like that. If you guys don't got a prize pick account, you want one, check the link down in the description below so you guys get that deposit match bonus and join me over here on Prize Picks. Now, outside of that, real quick, covering the injury report over here for today's NBA slate. It's not too much news that we have to pay attention to, but of course there is still news to watch. For the Boston Celtics, KP, we just need to know if he's going to be in or out. If he's going to be out, I would expect Al Horford to slide into the starting lineup, or we could probably get well, not even or. If KP's in, then we don't have to worry about that, but we might see some minutes for like Luke Cornett or Nick Quetta. That'll be it. Brooklyn Nets still without Cam Johnson, nothing new. OKC, they're two guys that they got from the trade deadline, nothing that we got to worry about there. Orlando, nothing to worry about. Miami, they're without Jimmy Butler, Jay Rich, and Terry Rozier. All those guys are going to be out. Duncan Robinson, game time decision, but I do expect for him to play. Miami, their guys, they should be playing. Chris Middleton's the only main guy that's out. He's going to be out until after the All-Star break. Sacramento Kings, nothing to worry about right here. These are two bench players that were barely playing. I mean, Trey Lyles, he played a little bit in the rotation, but nothing I'm too worried about. He's a game time decision. Phoenix Suns, again, nothing to worry about over here for them. All their stars are good to go. Their bench players are out. From Minnesota, they did play last night. They played against the Clippers. They did travel. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike Conley was like a late ad to be out. We have seen it before, but currently right now he is expected to play and he is expected to be in. Outside of that, Portland, Scoot Henderson, he's a game time decision, and these are the 3 late games. So if they wanted to split this up, we could have had a 3-game early, 3-game late. But of course, we're actually getting these late game slates, these late games on today's slate. But Scoot, game time decision. Simons is expected to play. They are going to be without Michael Brogdon and Shaedon Sharp still. And then for Detroit, Isaiah Stewart, Grimes, they are going to be out. For the Lakers, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, as always, they are game time decisions, but they have been playing. Christie, Cam Reddish, Vando, and Gabe Vincent, they're all out as well. All right, so heading over to DraftKings, like I said, the slate for me is pretty cut dry. There's one game I really kind of want to stack up on just because it's the highest total on the slate. Should be pretty good for fantasy goodness in regards to the studs that we actually have in that game. Then the other games, I just feel like we can take pieces from if we want to mess with anything like that. So I'm just going to cover it real quick in regards to all of them. For the Boston Celtics taking on the Brooklyn Nets, I really don't like anything from the Brooklyn shooter side. Really, the only ones I would take a chance on would be Nick Claxton and Dennis Cordier. Dennis, just because he's 4,800. He got 27 minutes in the last game. I would expect for him, especially because Ben Simmons is still on a minutes limit, for him to continue to get that. He's very good as a backup point guard, and with the pieces that he actually has around him, he definitely can play make and also just go and take the scoring load. For the Boston Celtics, unless KP is out, then I really don't have too much interest in Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown. You can definitely go there for either one of those guys, but that would be if KP was to be out. Then we're going to see a couple more shots and things like that for them. But if he's in, then it's just going to be the same old. Ball will be spread around. KP kind of is more of a focal point whenever everyone is actually healthy and good to go. And I could see taking a chance on Derek White as a GPP option, but nothing over here is necessarily a must if you want to take something from that game. The Oklahoma City Thunder is SGA and really nothing else for me outside of maybe you can go to a Chet Holmgren or a Jalen Williams. Those would be the other 2 guys I'd go to over here. J-Dub over Chet would be kind of how I would order it. SGA just because he's more of the lower price, high price studs that we have today with Giannis, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Kevin Durant and all those guys on the slate. I definitely can see going down here to SGA over all of that instead. But again, everyone else, OKC, such a deep rotation. It's kind of hard to pinpoint and want to go to any of those guys right there. Over on the Magic side, really, it's just Paolo and Franz will be the main 2 guys I want to get to. Everyone else is kind of just hit or miss in regards to what they're doing. GPP option is going to be Jonathan Isaac just because he's actually getting a decent number of minutes over these last couple games, 20, 21, 10, 19, 25. As you can see, they're kind of playing with his minutes. And looking back and watching some of the Magic's games, they're actually somewhat closing with him as a center. sometimes. So he is getting some run out there as a center as well. So definitely something that they can actually do to mix it up. Maybe use him with his length to match up against Shea, to match up with Chet, something like that. But the main two guys, main focal point is going to be Paolo and Franz, will be the main two guys I want to actually get to if I do take anything over for the Magic. And then Suggs and Fultz would be GPP options that you can get to. But nobody over here is truly like, yeah, I have to go ahead and play this guy. I do think that the defense from OKC should actually stand out. I don't think that Paolo's going to actually be able to pay it off. Franz, I did have some interest in him. Definitely a really nice GPP option. But really from this game, I would just be taking from my team, Oklahoma City Thunder, on our side. And that'll be the main thing that I would actually want to take, which would just be Shea if I want to play him as my main stud on today for the slate. Miami taking on Milwaukee. Bam Adebayo. Now I'm gonna go ahead and give the disclaimer here straight out the gate. Anytime that I have ever endorsed Bam, whether it be props, whether it be this right here, just period. Anytime that I have ever endorsed taking Bam, he has always let me down. So I'm endorsing Bam Adebayo. Go ahead and take the reverse for it, because I'm telling you, that's exactly what he's going to go out here and do. He has done it to me time and time again, and I will not be surprised if the fact that I like him on today's slate, I think this is a really great spot for him. I really do feel like the upside is going to be there for him. And it's just a favorable matchup, favorable position for him. He's going to go out here and he's going to let me down. Outside of that, Tyler Hero will be, of course, the second fiddle with the guys that we do have out, Jimmy Butler, Jay Rich, and Terry Rozier. He should have the ball handling duties, the responsibility and stuff that what he had once before. But I'm not too sure if this game's going to be actually that close. Like, if I'm being honest, I really kind of feel like Milwaukee should be able to come out here and beat them pretty easily. On the other side, flip side, Giannis, if you want to pay up for him, highest price stud. I don't really believe that he's going to be that on today's slate. You definitely can go there. But again, like I said, the Sacramento and Phoenix game, that's really where I want to get my players from. Or the LA side, going up against Detroit. That's really where I want to get my studs and stuff from on tonight's slate. Not necessarily these early games right here. They really don't have too much of an appeal to me. Everything in here for me is going to be GPP option with Giannis, Damian Lillard. Of course, I'm not going to tell you not to play those guys, but I don't think you need to, that you have to. Milwaukee taking on Portland, another cake matchup for them. Towns, Rudy Gobert, both these guys, they're in plus matchup. They should be able to go out here and eat, do whatever they want. We just got to hope that Portland keeps the game close, which they have over the last couple of games. They definitely have been doing a much better job in regards to actually keeping the game close. But outside of that, I'm not too interested in enforcing anything over here from the Minnesota side. I never am. You can mess with an Anthony Edwards if you feel like maybe Mike Conley was to sit. I mean, Ant is sitting at 8-5. He definitely can go out here and drop a pretty decent game in a decent matchup right here as well. Now, over here on the Portland side, I will say I think there's some merit in taking a GPP stab at DeAndre Ayton, just because, you never know. You're going to get Ayton at low ownership. He's dropped 53 and 49 fantasy points in two, what I would consider tough matchups at the center position. Now, if he can go out here and get the best of Rudy Gobert, get Rudy into some foul trouble or something like that, he can go out here and pop and have a really great game. Like, point blank period. He can go out here and drop the hammer and have an amazing game in this matchup in this spot. I think that there's some merit in just looking at him as the GPP option. Outside of that, I'm not going to touch or mess with anything over there. Coming over here to the main game, for me, Sacramento Kings taking on the Phoenix Suns. Sabonis, Fox, both these guys, I love Fox more than Sabonis, and it's not just for the price, but just the matchup. Going up against Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, not scared of their defense at all. I will continue to say that. I've always never been scared of either one of these guys' defense, and I do think that taking Fox in this matchup, in the spot, great for him. He should be able to go off. Hopefully, we don't get what he did going up against the Thunder in those 33 minutes, dropped 23.25 fantasy points. Hopefully, today will be something like what he did going up against Chicago Bulls, 63 fantasy points in that game, or against Denver, 43 fantasy point type game. But I really do think that this is a decent spot, really great matchup for him. We have seen opposing point guards have actually done pretty well going up against the Phoenix Suns, and I really do like the upside for him. Keegan Murray, this also is a spot. If he can keep himself out of foul trouble, this could be one of those big boom spots, which we haven't had from him in quite some time. But GPP option, nothing major right there. Again, the main studs over there, it's going to be Fox over Sabonis for me on that side. Now, on the Phoenix Suns side, again, some runbacks that we can get. Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal, Houston Merkins. All four of these guys, I like all of them. And for me, the order is going to be a shocking order. It's going to be Kevin Durant. It's going to be Nurk. It's going to be Booker. And then it's going to be Beal. That's how I order them in priority in regards to what I actually want to get from over here on this team. That's how I see them. Now, one thing I will say, normally I know I like to play my boy Grayson Allen, but with the addition of Royce O'Neal and David Roddy, kind of want to see how those minutes and how everything's going to be spread in regards to giving that burn and run to some of these backup forward guys that they can actually have out here on the wing. And maybe we might not see my boy Allen be able to close some of these games and things like that going forward. So I definitely want to see how that shakes out. It's just going to be the main pieces over here that I actually want to get to if I do take anything. Well, not if I do, when I do take something. So definitely do not be surprised when you see Suns and Kings pretty heavily in regards to what I'm playing for tonight's game. Detroit taking on Los Angeles Lakers. Cade Cunningham. It's just something about being able to play LeBron James. A lot of players, they like to step up and actually play really well. If you can keep yourself out of foul trouble, I do think the assists will be there for him. I know that he's going to actually be able to go out here and score as well. I do believe the upside will be decent for him here in this matchup, and I like it for him. 7,800 going to be lower owned. We have seen opposing point guards, especially those that are bigger, going up against an Austin Reeves and a D'Angelo Russell. They should be able to go out here and have their way. No problem. And Cade Cunningham, he should be able to do that as long as he keeps himself out of foul trouble. Other than that, Duren, this is just a game written for foul trouble for him, literally going up against Anthony Davis. I don't trust it, and I'm not even going to mess with that. Jaden Ivey, definitely, I have some interest there, but not a force into the lineup, if I'm being honest. And then Fontecchio, did he actually play in? Interestingly enough, Fontecchio, he did play in that first game. He played 32 minutes off the bench for them. Mike Muscala, I know he's listed as the starter, but they're not going to have Mike out there probably for more than 2-3 minutes. I don't know why they even started, and I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they decide to start Fontecchio instead of Mike Muscala in that spot. And if they do start him, I do think the upside might just actually be there. You have a better point guard in Cade Cunningham being able to dish the rock and get it to you. They were wanting you to be out there just stretch the floor pretty much and spot it for those threes. And at 4,700, I like Fontecchio when he was over there on the Utah Jazz. I just think that he wasn't getting enough minutes over there. And whenever he did actually get minutes, he was producing for us very well on the Utah Jazz. So I love the upside, love the idea of him here in this matchup in spot. And at 4,700, that's really great. It actually gives you a decent run back that you can get over there on the Detroit side. Now over here on the Los Angeles Faker side, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, AD over LeBron as always, any day for me. And D'Lo, if you think he'd keep his heart scoring what he's been doing over the last several games, you definitely can go ahead and take a chance on there. I'm gonna be honest, I might be taking some underarm props for D'Angelo Russell today just because I think he comes back down to earth. Outside of that, all right guys, that's gonna be really the breakdown for me. I know it was very quick, very short in regards to it. If you guys are looking for some prop plays, I've already posted a couple of slips over there on the Twitter. If you guys are looking for some game stacks, if you're looking for more of those, I will have the rest of mine posted inside of the Discord as well. And of course, my favorite props will be listed on the Patreon as well for you guys. So if you guys want to check that out, check the link down in the description below so you guys can get that info right there. With that being said, it's your boys though. Hopefully you guys do cash out on today. Let's make some money.